Today we're talking about how to get permanent residence in Saskatchewan. So when you come to Canada as an international student, a lot of times your intention is actually to get permanent residence. Saskatchewan is actually one of the fastest places, one of the best places or provinces to get permanent residence in Canada. So if you're a student thinking of where do I go to study I can easily get permanent residence, Saskatchewan is one of those provinces. Hi guys, this is your girl Sheyi. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Sheyi Obasi and I share tips and strategies about how to come to Canada, how to live in Canada, and the best way to be successful living in Canada. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now, yeah? Because we share really valuable content. Yeah, so today we're talking about how to get permanent residence in Saskatchewan. So when you come to Canada as an international student, a lot of times your intention is actually to get permanent residence. Yeah, we're not just coming here to just study because we like Buko. Yeah, we want to get permanent residence. And in previous videos, I've already talked about how to get permanent residence in Ontario as well as in Alberta. Today we're talking about Saskatchewan. But then there are also other ways you can get permanent residence that is not specific to Saskatchewan. You can get permanent residence with a Canadian experience class. This just requires 1 year of work experience in Canada after your studies using your post-graduation work permit. Secondly, you can also apply to the Federal Skilled Workers Program, that is the Express Entry. And thirdly, you can apply to any of the provincial nominee programs offered by Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan has its own immigration programs or PNP programs that are suitable for those who have studied in Saskatchewan. Yeah, and you just need some 6 months of work experience for you to get permanent residence in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is actually one of the fastest places, one of the best places or provinces to get permanent residence in Canada. So if you're a student thinking of where do I go to study I can easily get permanent residence, Saskatchewan is one of those provinces that you need to consider. Let me show you the options that are available to you if you're a student in Saskatchewan for you to get permanent residence. So as a student in Saskatchewan, you should be well aware that they have a provincial nominee program stream for students. If you go to the saskatchewan.ca website, you would see the stream. It's for students. And if you read it, it says this subcategory is for students who have graduated from a recognized post-secondary institution in Canada and want to apply for nomination by the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. You intend to reside in Saskatchewan as a permanent resident, yeah? You must reside in Saskatchewan and you must meet the subcategory criteria. Note that the criteria can change anytime, so don't assume that what you hear now will be what will continue to exist forever. Like, these things can change, yeah? So if you look at the eligibility, it talks about where you would have graduated. Students who have graduated from a Saskatchewan institute may qualify if you have graduated with a certificate, a diploma, or degree. You have worked for a minimum of 6 months of paid employment in Saskatchewan. So you would have graduated from one of these schools with these degrees, and you would have gotten your postgraduate work permit and worked for a minimum of 6 months in a paid employment. And the eligible types of work experience include on-campus work, off-campus, co-op terms, graduate fellowships that can be verified by your institution, work experience gained on a postgraduate work permit. And this is really great that they are even considering work experience that you got on campus, off campus, including your co-op terms. So if you got into a program where you had co-op, I mean, that counts as well, which I think is great. It's not the same with Ontario. You currently hold a postgraduate work permit or an open work permit issued under the Canada-Ukraine CUAET from RCC, or you have permanent full-time job offer in your field of study from an approved Saskatchewan employer. So I'm not going to read everything, but it's good for you to go through this to know that with just 6 months of work experience, you can actually qualify You need to have a minimum language score of CLB4. Yeah, if your job offer is in a designated trade, occupation knock tier level 4 or 5, you need to know what that means. So we're not going to be talking about that in this video. I'm going to be talking about that in another video, but these are how the occupations in Canada are classified. Now, students who have graduated from an institute in Canada may qualify if, of course, you graduated, you hold an open work permit, you have worked after your graduation for at least 6 consecutive months of paid employment in Saskatchewan in a job related to your field of study. Yeah. So if you have graduated from an institute in Saskatchewan, there's those conditions, and you graduated from an institute outside of Saskatchewan and you came to Saskatchewan and got a job, you would still qualify. So whether you schooled in Saskatchewan or not, the only thing is that the job offer that you get must be from an employer in Saskatchewan. Now, there are some people that cannot use this stream. If you're a refugee claimant in Canada who is trying to claim refugee status from the government, you can't use this. And if you're an international student who has not completed their program of study, you are not eligible. So you must have completed your program of study before you can apply for this. You also don't qualify if you did not provide the required documents at the time of submitting your application. So your IELTS, your certificate, everything that they're asking of, you must have it at the time you submitted. And you must be able to prove. If you can't prove that you plan to live and work in Saskatchewan, you will not be eligible. Yeah, so you cannot be living somewhere else in another province and be telling them you plan to live there. Yeah, you or your representative have intentionally misrepresented yourself. So if you've done any form of misrepresentation, then you would become ineligible for this. And how to apply is simple. You just follow the guidelines for the application process. So there's an application process. You would apply online to the SIMP, and you will complete, scan, and send all your required documents. So the application is simple. You create an account, you complete all the sections, you scan and upload your completed forms, supporting documents in PDF, you submit. Yeah, and they talked about other forms and information that you should know about. And after you've done all of this, then you start waiting, right? So let's take a look at these. So for you to apply, you need to create a username and a password, create an account. When you create an account, your email address gets like a confirmation email, and then from there you can come back and start filling out your application. Okay. So to create an account, you will click on the create account, and it says select a registration type. Entrepreneur applicants, SIMP applicants, expression of interest, employers, recruiters, and consultants. You are an SIMP applicant or expression of interest applicant. Yeah, you click continue, and you read all of this that it tells you to read. You go ahead and create a username, whatever your username is. Yeah. So let's say we wanted to create a username of what? Sharon Stone. Let's say Sharon Stone 457. Let's hope nobody has taken that. So it's Sharon Stone 457. I always like to make my usernames like unique because this is Sheyi. You don't have to have a middle name. Date of birth, let's use 01/01/1980. 01/01. Oh, why didn't it take that? So date is 01/01, month is 01. I'm just going to fill that out. So it's 1980. So, but of course, you'll be choosing your own date of birth. So we're just going to stay with 1980 and say January 01, 1980. Boom. And then, of course, you put your email address. So let's just put okay, or whatever email, doesn't matter. So your password will be sent to that email, and then your username, you'll be able to log in. So let's go get the password. You go get your password, okay? I've gotten the username and the password from my email. And then you would click login, and it's asking you to put in a new password, yeah? The current password is the one you were sent. New password, just say anything you can remember, yeah? Try to make it to suit all of this that they've written here. They've given certain criteria that the password should have, and it said change password. Awesome. So now we're agreeing to, of course you have to read that, and then click here to begin, and then you take it from there. So it will start asking you all of those questions in terms of your name, your gender, marital status, passport number, intended destination for settlement, which is, somewhere in Saskatchewan. In which country do you currently reside, and all of that. And it's going to ask you your address. I'm a skilled worker who wants to live in Saskatchewan. I want to establish a business. I'm a foreign national currently working and living in Saskatchewan. That might be what you'll be choosing since you're a student, and all of that. And you go ahead and fill until you get to the end where you need to now submit your document. So you can save and come back, because it's a lot of information, right? You can save it and come back so long as you have your username and your password, and then you submit your expression of interest and you start praying. Yeah, make sure that the documents that you're uploading are correct. It's so easy to make a mistake here, especially when you're in a hurry. So don't be in a hurry. Have all your information and all of that, and just upload it. And if you've met all the criteria, I don't see any reason why you should not get your permanent residence. Like Saskatchewan is really a darling for international students because of this 6 months of work experience, and they even have allowance for those who didn't even school in Saskatchewan. So guys, this is one of the provinces that you want to be looking at, and if you're in this province, this is one way that you can actually get permanent residence. Yeah, so as soon as you come, start having a plan of how you're going to apply. Start having a plan of, planning to do your IELTS or your CELPIP, which is the Canada version of the English exam, or maybe your French exam. Yeah, who knows? That's going to give you extra marks, and then try and score as high as you can so that you put yourself in the very best position, because this is a competition. You're not the only one that is applying, but I'm trusting and believing that you're going to do all of this, that you are in the right framework of mind and you have a positive mindset, and I'm looking forward to hearing your testimonials. Yeah, so if you gain any value, please like this video. I would appreciate if you give it a thumbs up as well, and if you share it. I would also appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, and we're going to be talking about all the other provinces in upcoming videos, so that no matter what province you are, you would know how to get permanent residence there. And the sweet thing about Canada is that you can move from your province where you study to another province and still get permanent residence there. So you want to be aware of permanent residence options that are available to you as an international student in all the provinces in Canada. So guys, thank you so much for staying up until now. I will talk to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. So guys, how did you see that? Did you see that there are so many options for you to get permanent residence if you are an international student in Canada? So after getting your PGWP, just follow any of the options that we talked about in this video, and I am assured that in no time you too become a permanent resident in Canada, and who knows, in little time as well you become a citizen, which is why you came here to Canada. So if you got any value, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like it, and please share it. And if you haven't subscribed and you have been watching my videos, what did I do to you now? Subscribe now, subscribe. Encourage your girl. Yeah, subscribe and click notification button. And I really appreciate you guys. If you're the first time here, or you're a returning subscriber or a returning watcher, you're not a subscriber, I still appreciate you. Don't forget that you can always leave your questions in comments. I answer all the questions. I'm excited when I get your questions. So ask a question, leave a comment, yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Next time we'll talk about another province where you can also get your permanent residence fast as an international student. watch out for that video, and I'll see you in that one.